What's going on, everybody? This is your girl, Busy Brea. Welcome to the show, where we discuss the latest and hottest topics and bring you exciting and entertaining interviews. On today's show, we are going to be talking to a dynamic and creative force in the entertainment industry. She is the founder, yes, I said she is the founder of Clove Lee Productions, born and raised in hot Miami, Florida, and now residing in
Mhm.
hot Atlanta, Georgia, which is an exploding budding hub in the film industry. Her name, you guys, is Christy Love Lee. She is known for her current and recent films such as Dads in the Forest, Everlasting Spirits, A Chosen Hope, A Stash in Rivalry, and The Group Home. Welcome to the show, Christy.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Oh my God. That was such
Yeah,
a wonderful introduction.
I do my best. I try to do my best. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I wanted to say that too. Thank you for taking the time to get on our platform and just share your story with the listeners. I feel like you have a great story. And I love the fact that
Mhm.
you're a woman in the industry as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, because we can always use more of us here.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Yes. Yes. So I want to start off by discussing the group home, and we're going to really kind of dive into a lot of the interesting facets of your career. But the
Okay.
group home, which looks like a comedy film, correct? Or go ahead and explain the group home that's out, I think right now or about to be out.
Yeah, absolutely. We can definitely discuss that. So the group home is a mini series. It was originally supposed to be a movie, but we ended up turning it into a series because we were getting so much good feedback on it. But it's basically about these three guys that are friends in a group home, and the home is undertaken by the state due to unpaid property taxes. So now they're coming up with all these different ways that they can save the group home, and it's every way that they try is unsuccessful. Let's just say that. But with that all in mind, you get to see friendship, camaraderie. It explores the community that is overlooked when it comes to, group home situations. So it kind of dives into their lives, and with different quirky characters and set in an urban community. So it's very exciting, very comical.
I
We're
saw a
excited
little
about
bit.
it.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of the poster and the trailer. It looked very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And, just we need to laugh in today's society, right? We have so much going on. So I think this looks good. Honestly, I
A-
like it.
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
where did you come up with the idea? How did this idea strike you, and how long did it take to get this project
Mm-hmm.
underway?
The ideal kind of came up because, I have brothers that are, mentally challenged. I have a daughter that suffers from mental illness. My mother, she's always worked in these group home settings because she's a certified nurse assistant, now LPN. But she always used to come home and tell me these stories, about, her patients and, the friendship that she has with them and how all of them look out for one another. So I was like, it would be cool if we actually had a movie that kind of highlights, those different dynamics of the setting of the group home because, like you said, in this world today, everybody needs some laughter. So we just came up with the concept and I got to writing and it just went on a journey of its own. And so, yeah, it turned out really great. I definitely wanted to incorporate the comical aspect into it. I would say it took the writing process took me maybe I would say about 2 months. It was also co-written with my co-director Hiram Watkins, so he helped co-write it as well. And then the project itself, we did production on it in August and September of 2024, this past year, and and now it's going to be released any day now on Tubi. So you guys keep a watch out for it.
And so you said it's going to be released on Tubi?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes. Hmm.
Okay, awesome. So I actually used to work in a group home back when I was in college in Michigan, and lots of interesting
Hmm.
stories for 2 years. So it's
Yeah.
it's an interesting business and industry for sure.
It is. It is. I mean, from the patients to Miss Shirley, the main character. She's like the house manager, and she brings a lot of comical aspect. You get to see like her life behind the scenes and how you know how these individuals have impacted her on a emotional and personal level, not just her caring for them and being their caretaker. So that's a nice side to see too in a film, which is really nice. Yeah. So you have there's actually four main characters that's in a group home. You have Max, Sam, and Oscar. So Oscar faked his way into the group home. He was homeless on the street, and he was like, he found this flyer, through one of his friends, and it said, "Hey, welcome to this lovely place. We can get a hot meal and a bath." And he was like, "Well, that sounds really good right now." So he goes to the doctor, and he fakes his illness, and she gives him a referral to Clover Hill Group Home, and that's how he ends up there. Then you have Sam; he's bipolar. So you see the dynamics of the split personality changes. And then Tim, he's schizophrenic, and he's in love with conspiracy theories. He wears his tinfoil hat, and yeah, it's hilarious. And then you have um, the girl that's in the film. Her name is Chloe, and she's also schizophrenic, but she has an imaginary friend, what they call Vag. So Vaggie is her imaginary friend who makes her do all these promiscuous, funny settings. So yeah, so hopefully everybody enjoys it. It's lighthearted. It's it's good. It's good. So I think it'll be something that's for family, but it's a little raunchy, so not for any small kids. But yeah.
Okay, nice. And then what was the date on that? Do you have a date yet? A set date?
Well, it was supposed to be released this Friday, and there's in this industry, things happen. Sometimes things change. So it's right now we're just waiting on the network to finish out some kinks, and it can come out anytime now. So we're just waiting to hear back from them.
Okay. Very nice. How did you decide
Mhm.
who you wanted in this film? I'm sure it was either difficult or maybe you already knew some of the actors and actresses prior to
Mhm.
when you were like, "Oh, I definitely know this person will fit." So how did you
That's funny.
no pun.
Yes.
But how did you find your talent for this film? And did you already have a notation in your head like you knew the personality that would work out for each character?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question, Bree. Typically, when we do our castings, we used to go through 800 Casting, which is a nationwide casting agency. We also have, social media that we post our films on for those that are interested in auditioning. This particular film, we actually did a live audition. So most of the times since COVID, we've been doing like self-tape recordings, doing everything virtually. But this time I really wanted to be in person with the talent. So we did a big audition here in Atlanta. I would say at least 100 talent showed up to audition for the film. It was really great. And but this one particular actor, we've worked with him in the past, and his name is Tim Naja. Great guy. He's an upcoming actor. Look out for him. I mean, he is fantastic. He's a natural, but he Tim actually, I believe he has been diagnosed with autism, but he has a way of doing everything on a normal level. So, but yeah, I immediately thought about him for the role of Max. So when I wrote the script, I was actually writing it around his character,
Okay.
which turned out great. It worked out perfectly. But yeah, the rest of the cast and crew were all hand selected from the auditions
Okay.
for the cast. Yeah.
Nice. I can't wait to see it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. A lot of known actors that are up and coming here in Atlanta. You'll see on there. A lot of them are already on a lot of movies that are featured on Tubi and Amazon Prime. So yeah, it's exciting. Like it's a big family.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't wait to see it. Yeah, thank you.
Mhm.
So now I
Sure.
want to kind of segue into another film that you have recently. I think you already it's already set to come out called A Chosen Hope film, which is ironically
Hmm.
how we officially met. So
Yes.
yeah, I'm excited. For those that don't know, I am
Hmm.
actually in that film as well. So I just want to thank you for taking a
Hmm.
chance on me.
Absolutely. It
Really
was a
appreciate
pleasure.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. And I've always
Hmm.
wanted to work with more women filmmakers.
Yeah.
Women filmmakers have a different eye to me sometimes, and
Hmm.
it was
Hmm.
refreshing to work with you.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about. Now, I was also curious about this too, and I was going to ask you when we were filming, but I knew you
Yeah.
were busy and you have a schedule, right? Because
Right.
she pays for these venues, you guys. You got to come on, you got to get it going. So,
Yeah. We be moving and shaking.
yes.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know where you came up with the idea. I know I think it's something personal. I heard you kind of talking to another
Mhm.
actress about it, but how did you come
Mhm.
up with the idea for A Chosen Hope, and where did this inspiration for that film come from?
Ooh, very deep topic. And I'm transparent with a lot of my actors about my visionary for my films. What inspired me with The Chosen Hope is that um, my daughter actually suffers from mental illness. She's been diagnosed with bipolar, borderline personality disorder, PTSD. Yeah, so she has some, triggering episodes. It's been times where she has been known to self harm, a few suicidal attempts in the past. It's an ongoing thing as a mother. It's very difficult to deal with. And I just wanted to shed that light because it's not often talked about from a mother perspective of what they go through with children that are going through these illnesses. And I'm sorry, I'm getting a little emotional just talking about it. But
That's okay. A lot of people
um,
can relate to that, Christy.
mhm,
Just so you know, I
yeah,
mean, I do have a brother who suffers from that as well, and we're no longer in
hmm,
contact. So I
yeah.
a lot of people have that in their family, and so it's important to show. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So A Chosen Hope was originally supposed to be a short film that I was doing for a writing contest, and it was so impactful that I felt it needed to be longer than just a short film. So I ended up turning it into a feature length. It took me about 4 to 5 months to write the script out, and I also wanted to intertwine a supernatural element to it because most people that know me, they know that my writing genre specifically is very heavy on urban fantasy. Like my first film, Everlasting Spirits, it was dealing with the supernatural. I always feel like it's something more than just what we are capable of seeing in the human eye. I don't know. I'm very spiritual, and I feel like yeah, so I wanted to incorporate that. So I also wanted to shed the light on domestic violence in the film because the main character, Talia, she's a battered woman, which is the mother of Hope, who suffers from self harming. And Talia goes through this extreme relationship with her first love, who is Greg. And they end up having Hope. And Hope is basically being um, she's basically been chased down from a cult that believes that she is supposed to fulfill an unnatural prophecy, supernatural prophecy for them. So they consider her to be the chosen one. So it kind of shed light on how mental illnesses can be hereditary. And, her father suffered from a lot of those illnesses that were passed on to her. So it kind of shed light on that. It shed light on how men can also be ostracized for being emotional. And, they're supposed to have this hardcore and not show feelings and how to properly love someone because they've never been properly loved.
Mhm.
So a lot of that is in this movie. So it's going to touch every deep topic. So it's a mysterious drama, mystery drama, but yeah, it's going to shed light on all of those important topics, and I'm excited about it. We just wrapped it up with the production. Right now, we're in post production. We're almost done with that. Then we're going to get the film out to distribution and hopefully get it to you guys for the world to see sometime end of March, early April.
Okay, that was my next question. And you
Hmm.
actually kind of beat me on a question I was going to ask you because I know a common theme with a lot of your projects was
Yeah.
kind of mysticism or a spiritual element. And so you actually
Hmm.
already touched on that. That was going to be my next question for
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I mean, hey, it's a big world out there. We have no idea what's out there. I really feel like it's a lot of Everlasting Spirits. I shed light on a lot about spiritual warfare. What goes on behind the scenes, how we're physically, and emotionally attacked from these spiritual entities. But no matter what your religion is, just you got to make sure that you're prayed up, have that full armor on because it's real. So I kind of wanted to shed light in that. My first film, Everlasting Spirits. If you guys haven't watched it, it's on Tubi right now. We just did a director's cut, which is on YouTube, which is Everlasting Spirits director's cut. But it's also on Amazon Prime. I believe it's on feature um, another a few other streaming platforms. I can't think of off the top of my head, but I know the main ones is Tubi, Amazon Prime. You can catch it on there. So yeah,
Okay, nice. And when did
love the
that one come out?
supernatural.
Yeah, when did that project come out or that film come out?
Everlasting Spirits, it was released in March of last year, so March of
Okay,
2024. Hmm.
okay. So I was going to say that, do you feel like a lot of your films going forward will always touch on that kind of mysticism or spiritual aspect?
Pretty much, yes. Pretty much, yes. Now, Station of Rivalry is actually one of our next movies that's set to be into production. We're in pre-production on it right now. But that one is more of a crime drama and it's
Mhm.
co-written with a friend of mine. So it's basically his concept. I'm just executive producing on the project. So that one wouldn't have any mystical elements to it. It's clean cut chase. It's the streets. It's grimy. It's gritty. And that's how that project is. And I don't know more information I can give about it right just yet because we're still in development stages of it.
Okay.
But my other film that I'm doing, my other three films I have coming up this year, we have Tethered Hearts, which Tethered Hearts is a romantic dramedy, also has some mystical elements in it because the main character, she's clairvoyant, she's a drug addict, and she meets this guy who is an empath, and his father left him a jazz club, and now he's at the point where he's recruiting talent around the community to showcase their talents. And he comes across this young woman who's a drug addict named Pearl. She's a singer, and he wants to help her with her sobriety, get her back on track and things like that. So just the whole clairvoyant empath combination, you'll see a little bit of that mystical element in that film.
And I was going to say
Then,
too, I do have
mhm.
a couple auditions for that. So
Yeah, yeah,
we're going to
yeah.
actually take a quick break, you guys. I do want to hear a little bit
Hmm.
more on that
Hmm.
film and some other ones that you have coming up because these are just so interesting.
Hmm.
I love it. So, all right, you guys, we're going to take a
Absolutely.
quick break and we will be right back.
I got you, fam. Hadouken! Yeah, boy. Oh my God! Yeah.
All right, you guys, and we are back. I'm having a fabulous conversation with my girl, Christy. And we were talking about Tethered Hearts, I believe.
Hmm.
And go ahead and just kind of finish telling us just a little bit more. It really sounds interesting. And like I said, I
Yeah.
got some auditions waiting in my inbox I got to get to.
Yes. Come on. If y'all don't know, Brea is a wonderful actress. She's a natural. Hire her quick. Get her on your next movie. She's awesome to work with too. A pleasure to work with too as well. But yeah, Tether Hearts is, as I was mentioning, it's a romantic dramedy. It's basically about this guy named Token who inherits a jazz club from his late father who passed away. And he's an empath. He meets this young lady who is a drug addict, who's clairvoyant, and he's trying to get her on to help her with her sobriety and showcase her talent. Long story short, she ends up with this crooked record executive, and he pretty much takes advantage of her. It's a showdown between him and Token, and we'll see if she's able to overcome her challenges with her drug addiction and reach her dream of stardom.
Now,
So,
did this come from the inspiration for this? Now, do you know
mhm.
somebody in the music industry? Did this come from a situation that kind of reminded you of a past situation, or where did this idea come from?
Yeah, to be honest, it was a vision. Sometimes I guess the good Lord, he gives me visions of things that, and a lot of times it comes as dreams. And then I'll be like, this is weird because I don't know this person, never seen this person before. And it's like almost, I can see the character in my head. And I'm like, okay, this is no one I know. So it has to be something I need to do in the future. So that's pretty much what it was. It was just, I was thinking about how I can showcase to like a situation where there's a community of people that are inspiring talent, singers, songwriters that are trying to come out of this urban community. And so when I had that vision, I was like, okay, aha. So the girl is on drugs, and I started putting it together. And that's how it happened, pretty much. A lot of my inspirations from my films, they either come from um, a personal situation or someone I've dealt with that has been through that situation, or it just came as a dream. Like I said, sometimes I get these visions of things, and it's like what it's so bizarre, and I'm like, okay, this needs to either be a book or it needs to be a film. And
Yeah.
so yeah, so I'm excited about it.
Okay. I was
Yeah.
gonna say too, it's kind of like a songwriter who sometimes the songs just come into their dreams and they're like, hurry, let me hurry up and write this down. So it sounds like you have
Hmm.
that gift as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Same scenario. Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
Okay. Now, so that was Tethered Hearts. Now I think you touched a little bit on Stash and Rivalry, but I kind of want to go
Hmm.
back a little bit,
Hmm.
where your idea came from Stash and Rivalry. And are you in
Hmm.
production on both of these films right now? Because it sounds like they're kind of close together in time.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Right now, we're still seeking investors for a Stash and a Rivalry. We're still going through the funding process, trying to make sure that's solidified. That could be anytime this year that we start production on that. Now, Tether Hearts on the other end, like I said, it's my venture that me and my husband are doing together. As most people know who know me, we are family oriented production company. So it's me and my husband Frank. He is a Detroit native for the Michiganders that are listening. So yeah, so we do everything together. And so yeah, we decided that we are going to move forward with the Tether Hearts right now. So that'll be we'll be in production on that end of March, early April.
Okay.
And then yeah, so then after that, we would like to because we've never done as a production company any type of horror or thriller film. So we want to do something special this year for Halloween. So we're going to be doing another movie that's set to come out called The Night of Features, and don't want to give too much about that, but that's another one that'll be coming out or we're producing this year. And then we're doing a Christmas film too as well, which is called Ghosted for Christmas.
Awesome.
So
Okay.
yeah, we're excited
Wow.
about that. Yeah.
I love it. I love that. So going back to your husband, I grew up in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Uh-huh.
So, and then this interview will also air on a platform that's in Michigan. So that's really dope.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. And I
Mm-hmm.
love the family aspect of it. Our family as well is involved with similar things in the entertainment industry. We got the kids, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't
Oh
have a
yeah.
choice. So
Well, mine's I kind of been like, huh, come on, you want to go on set? They've been on set with us a couple times, but then our oldest daughter, she's actually, matter of fact, Dad, you mentioned Dads in the Forest. That was one of my first short films that I did last year. Well, the year before last. It was my second short film I did actually. The first one was Cafe Blue. But Dads in the Forest actually has both of our kids in it. So you have my son, he plays on a lot of our productions, Tristan. And then you have Sienna. She also plays in our production. Sienna is on Dads in the Forest, and she's also on Everlasting Spirits. But she takes drama in school, so she naturally fit right into the whole production side. But yeah, she has a good eye too as well, because she even corrects me sometimes, like, Mom, you should change this, you didn't do this. And I'm like, okay, great. Thanks for
Yeah.
being involved. So yeah, I love it.
Yeah, because you can learn
I
from your
love it.
kids too. I preach that all the
Oh
time. Like
yeah.
we think kids only learn from us, but no, these kids are gifts from God, in my
Yes.
opinion, and we learn from our children all the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, I love it.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
so that one is called Dads in the Forest, and is that one's out right now?
Well, yeah, it's on YouTube. It's a short film. I mean, this was back when, there really wasn't that many platforms that you can release a short film to be monetized on other than YouTube. Now I see Netflix is transitioning to where you can have short films on their platforms, which I was shocked. But yeah, they're doing it. It's a few other places now that are taking short films, which is great. I think that's it gives more opportunity to up and coming filmmakers to showcase their talent, other than just doing the traditional film festival route. So yeah, Dads in the Forest, you can catch that on YouTube. Our other short film, which is out on YouTube, which my kids did as well, it's just the two of them, which is Vanishing Content, which is with a nice little cute little kind of mystery horror comedy film that the two of them did. So I loved it.
Okay.
Um, yeah, but
Okay.
it works out great.
Do you have aspirations of getting on some of the major networks? Or are you
Um,
comfortable having more of your just creative, just being where you are now? Like everybody's different. So I just kind of wanted to know,
mhm,
and if you don't have to share it if you don't want to, but I just kind of wanted
yeah.
to know where when you think about yourself as a movie
Mhm.
director, filmmaker, writer, where do you see yourself?
Um, Currently or
Yeah,
future?
currently now and also in
Uh,
the kind of in the future as well.
well, as of right now, I'm just having fun. People, and I'm trying to stick to the art of it.
Yeah.
Because the independent filmmaking business is starting to be very overly saturated. Everybody wants to accomplish their dream. Everybody wants to make a film. And that's great, because I feel like it's, the more the merrier. It's many opportunities for everyone to go out there and shed light to their story. So I'm excited about that. But me, I just want to remain true to myself. Um, I want to put put films out that people will remember because they shed light on a specific issue or challenge. And then I love a good ending. Like
Yeah.
I love a good ending. I want my films to be known to, relay a message to the community, whether
Yeah.
it's dealing with violence, mental illness, or just the camaraderie of gathering a community together.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so that's what I want to be known for. As right now, I'm just having fun, getting my ideas out there, and trying to make a name for myself, because not everybody knows who Christy Love Lee is. But hopefully, 5 years from now, you would definitely know my name. Hopefully, I'll be a household name that everybody recognizes from my film. So that's where I see myself in the future.
I think
It's
you're
just,
I think you're on your way.
mhm.
I think you're well on your way, and you
Thank
have
you.
a nice versatile uh the types of films that they're just interesting to me because not everybody's going to be into the mysticism, but I certainly
Yeah.
I love it. I'm definitely into it. And I was going to say a lot of stuff is being saturated right now in the film industry. So that's why I asked that
Hmm.
question because I wanted to
Hmm.
know if you really just want to get your ideas out there. It's kind of like I guess I keep going back to music, right? But it's like the
Yeah.
artist who wants to either be on a major label or they're okay with being independent.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, if the right opportunity presents itself, why not? If
Yeah.
a big, network comes to me and say, hey, we would like to hire you full time to produce with us, write with us, I would love that.
Yeah.
But I mean, as long as I'm still able to create with no boundaries,
Hmm.
because I'm not the type of person that likes to be limited. I don't like
Yeah.
to be categorized or because you never know what you're going to get with me. That's what people need to expect about Christy Love Lee, is that you never know what you're going to get with me. And some people appreciate that. Some people
Yeah.
like, not knowing where I'm going to go with my content or my movies,
Yeah.
and I think it keeps the excitement, the momentum. It keeps people on their toes. They don't know which way I'm going to come. And I like that. I like to be different. I'm very unique. I'm very versatile, and I try to relate that in my projects. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing that with us. I know
Thank you.
we got a few more minutes before we go to break again, but I kind of wanted to, I don't know if you guys know this, but Christy is also a 3-time published author as well. And so
Yay.
yes, congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Tell us about the books, the names of the books, and where we can find them.
Sure. So we have Zuri and the Star Gods, which is about a young girl that she goes through these different challenges with these demigods. Is very inspired with African mythology. So a very fun read. If you have any teenage girls or even boys that like to read, it's a good, fantastic story for middle schoolers. Early high schoolers. If you like fantasy, you will enjoy Zuri and the Star Gods. I also have a more adult version of that, which is called Zodiac Gods, The Shining Herds. And that one was a book that actually was my first novel. I mean, I've been writing that book since 2007. A long time, and I was taking breaks, and I was like, I'm gonna finish in my break. But yeah, I finally finished it. That was published last year. Zero and the Star Gods was published last year. Actually, I dropped 3 books simultaneously last year, which was the Zodiac Gods, Zuri and the Star Gods, and then I also did Flicker and the Midnight Painters, which is my first children's book. Very fun read. Journey of a young fox that goes through the woods, and he learns how to learn the camaraderie of dealing with other people that are different from him, and how paint can express emotions and things like that. So that's a nice little children's book that's out right now. All my books are on all platforms. I actually have the Audible version too for the Zodiac Gods, and Zuri and the Star Gods, and Flicker and the Midnight Painters. Actually, all 3 are on Audible. But yeah, you can find it on Barnes and Noble, Amazon books, iBooks, wherever you can find books at. They're there.
Yep. Okay, well, awesome. Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and take a quick break again. Mm-hmm. You can find those books where again for the listeners?
They're on all book platforms. Books and Noble. Barnes and Noble, Amazon, and then I know there's a few other book sites that it's on. But yeah, most all book platforms. Also, too, my daughter, who I mentioned earlier, Delilah Love, she published her first book. This is my daughter that I said, suffers from mental illness. I encourage her that anytime she has dark times to write, and she definitely took the writing gene from me. She loves to read and write, and so she likes poetry. So she's been writing a poem book, and that book is called The Heart's Echo. It just was released last month. So you can find her book too as well on all book platforms. That one was also published by Clove Publishing, which we are now transitioning to doing, helping other independent writers publish their books too as well.
Awesome. Okay. Well, great. Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. We've got a little bit more to discuss. So we'll be right back, you guys.
Whenever you're ready, Talia. No rush.
I don't even know where to start. It just seems like everything is just tangled.
I was thinking, maybe we can go see that college you was talking about, Take a little road trip.
Really? You'll do that?
Absolutely, baby. I want to see you win.
Great. Sounds amazing.
I'm so happy that you invited me to your apartment. It's so nice out here.
It's so beautiful. As beautiful as you.
Oh, Greg, you're so sweet.
never have any time for me. You're always work, work, work. Nothing for me.
Oh, I'm doing this for us. I need to provide for us.
You're stronger than you think, Nicole. Together, we can handle everything. Anything.
Fucking lying to me.
All right, you guys, and we are back. I'm talking to my girl Christy, and we are talking about her being a woman filmmaker. She's also a published author, and she actually has another business we're about to talk about in a minute. But again, she has several books right now that you can go purchase. So I also wanted to kind of go into, as when I was reading your biography, oh my gosh, I was like, knew she had another business. I could tell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love Watson Benefits Group. So tell us a little bit more about this company for anybody out there who may need to utilize your services.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Love Watson Benefits Group is my insurance brokerage company. It was founded in 2019. I don't actively market it or promote it just because the type of contract that I have. And a lot of the contracts I have are self-marketed and advertised through those various outlets. But basically, it is a insurance agency. We do life, health, and also Medicare. So mainly Medicare. So we do work with individuals that are seniors, senior community, and even if they're under 65 and they've been on disability for 2 years or more, they may also have Medicare. So yeah, absolutely. If you're ever out there and you need some help with your Medicare benefits, I would love to assist you. I'm licensed in 43 states.
Wow.
So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
so yeah, thank you, thank you. I've been doing it since 2012. It's my first love. So I always tell people when they say, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" I said, "I am an insurance broker by trade and a filmmaker by passion."
Yeah, absolutely. I love that.
Mhm.
You don't want to always just say just the job, because sometimes people
Yeah.
are using their job to fund their dream. So,
Exactly. Well, I'm kind of doing the same thing because a lot of my projects are self-funded. Everything I do is self-funded. So, if it wasn't for my insurance business, I wouldn't be able to express myself creatively as I have been doing for so many years. So that's a good thing. It works
yeah,
hand in hand. I,
absolutely.
mhm.
What do you have a website for that business?
Love Watson Benefits Group. We are in construction on a new site. So right now it's down, but it's usually lovewatsonbenefitsgroup.com. So once we get that new facelift, it'll be back and running. But we do have both of our websites are actually in a remodel stage. So cloveproductions.com is our production company business. We're in the process of getting that together, but you can always find us on Instagram and Facebook. Instagram, my social is Instagram Clove Lee DP, and then you have Instagram Clove Lee Productions, which is where we do our production stuff. So yeah, you can definitely
Okay.
find us on social media. Facebook, same thing, Clove Lee Productions, Facebook.com.
Okay, nice. Did Christy always want to be a filmmaker?
I have.
Okay.
I have since I was a young girl. I've always wanted to be a filmmaker. I always wanted to be an author. I wrote my first book when I was in fifth grade. Throughout school, I always been in drama classes or some type of TV production. When I graduated high school, I actually moved from Miami to Michigan, and that's where I met my husband. And I attended Specs Howard. Shout out to Specs Howard School of Broadcasting Arts. RTV 205. I know I probably have some alumni out there listening. Shout out to you guys. So yeah, that's where I got the bug for the actual video production. And then I realized video production and filmmaking is two different things.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of similarities, but completely different. So I was like, okay, I got to go for film school, not video production.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it still worked out. I still utilize a lot of the things I learned from that school to this day. So it worked out great. But I ended up going to Full Sail University. I'm alumni of Full Sail. That's where I did my film degree. Actually, I got a bachelor's of science in digital cinematography. And that's where I learned the whole business aspect of the film industry through that degree. So yeah.
Okay. Okay, so
Hmm.
you've kind of been all over. So do you ever go
Hmm.
back to Miami or Michigan to do any
Hmm.
produce any films or do any castings there, or are you primarily just in Atlanta for now?
Primarily in Atlanta for now. Not to say that that will not change in the near future. Actually planning on doing a production in Miami soon. Hopefully
Yeah,
within, if not this year, next year. I would love to do that. Bring it back home to where I'm from, because the independent film industry is not as prominent in Miami, Florida, I think, as it should be,
yeah,
compared to Atlanta, Detroit, and now Houston. You got movies coming out of Milwaukee and a lot of these other communities, but not Miami. So I think it's been some that have been released, but they can use a lot more for sure
yeah,
there. So yeah, that's
yeah.
exciting. I'm looking forward to that. Michigan, definitely. Like I said, my husband Frank, he's from Michigan. So yeah, he definitely wants to go and film some things there in the near future. But yeah, Detroit is doing its thing. Like the independent movie making is like very, very big there. So awesome.
Yeah. My very first
Yeah.
independent film was years ago in Detroit. So
Hmm.
they're the first ones that gave me a shot, a shot. So
Yeah.
that's why I
Yeah.
asked. Okay, well, great. So you guys
Hmm.
look out for any castings that may come to, for sure, Miami and also Michigan. So,
Absolutely.
advice for anyone who is currently making films right now, especially any,
Hmm.
women filmmakers, anything that you feel like they could take away from your experience and where you got to where you are now.
That's a great question. Start. Don't overthink it. If you have a talent, you have the means to make it happen. Just start it. Just start, because a lot of times we get in our own way,
Mhm.
and that could be the death of our creativity. So yeah, I would just say just start. Just write your ideas down. Make a goal, what you want to achieve, and just do it. Like me, a lot of times I take risks. Like I'm a big risk queen. Like I'm okay with jumping out there, bumping my head, and oh snap, like I should have did it this way. But that's how you learn. You have to get
Right.
out there and you have to jump out there and do and just do it. If you are an upcoming filmmaker, my suggestion is really start learning the craft. Study the business side of it, the behind the scenes, the different roles that are needed to make a full production flow. And if you can't go to school for it, I would just say take a lot of self classes. YouTube University is real. It's a real thing. It's a lot of information you can learn from YouTube. And just like educate yourself on the business side and how to make it run, and just do it.
Yep. Yep. I love
If
that.
you,
Nice.
yeah.
I
Hmm.
love it. Okay. Who are some people that you looked up to while you were getting to where you are right now? Or did you have anybody that you were like, oh, I love this style of
Hmm.
filmmaking. I love the way that they have their cameras do this, kind of like how Spike Lee is, or
Oh yeah, I love Spike Lee. He's definitely one.
yeah, okay. So I
He's
already
definitely one. This man right here, you see, I got my Boys in the Hood shirt on. I love Ice Cube. I love his films. I'm very inspired by his filmmaking style. Um, from I love John Singleton. May he rest in peace. I was a big fan of John Singleton's work. I love when it comes to the fantasy world, I'm really big on that. Like, I mean, I love a good film. Wes Craven. You know, I really love J.K. Rowling. I'm a big fan of her. The whole Harry Potter series collection. I love the books. I'm inspired by her. Overall, her story is amazing. Like she's one of my big idols. Definitely of Tyler Perry, of course. I can't forget Tyler Perry. Definitely inspired by him, his story, where he's gone with his work, the films he makes. I mean, yeah, I've heard a lot of different things that people have opinions on when it comes to how he portrayed women in his films, but then I also see how he portrayed women in a good way too, as well.
Mhm.
So I don't knock it, but I mean, I'm a very big fan of his. I love Ava DuVernay. I love her work. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of Black filmmakers that I look at, and I get a little piece from each one.
Gotcha.
I make it my own.
Yep, I love that.
Absolutely.
I love that. That's why I wanted to ask that, because I wanted to know what your inspiration is, because that's kind of where things kind of start. So that's good to know.
Yeah.
I will say too, with the people that you mentioned, those are all like a ton of, my favorites. But like you just said, people have a lot to say about Tyler Perry. The bigger you get, the more bees are gonna fly, right? So
Yeah. I mean, you can't make everybody happy.
and you're not gonna be for
But
everybody. You're not going
yeah,
to be for
that's
everybody.
true. But you know what? Numbers don't lie. So.
Yeah.
Mm,
Exactly, case in point. So
mhm.
with that being said, we're coming to the end of this interview. I just want you to go ahead and tell us where we can find you one more time for people who are maybe just now joining the show, your socials, your websites, and all that good stuff. And
Absolutely. So the group home will be dropping any day on Tubi, guys. Please tune in. You can find the group home series, behind the scenes footage, videos, photos at the group home on Instagram. It's the group home series, with a DA. Group home series is on Instagram. You can find a page there to follow along, knowing that the upcoming release dates are. You can find me on Instagram at Clove Lee BP. That's Clove, like the clover leaf, Clove Lee, LEEDP. You can also find Clove Lee Productions on Instagram as Clove Lee Productions. Yeah, and that's where I'm at. I'm on Facebook as well. Christy Love Lee on Facebook, and Clove Lee Productions is on Facebook as well.
all right, awesome. Well, thank you again for all you guys out there aspiring to be filmmakers. She did it, and you never know if somebody has a lot of help or a little help, but either way, to me, it's just all about your inspiration. And like she said,
Yes,
a lot of us overthink things. Just go out there and do it. And if you
just
mess up,
do it.
it's okay.
It's
Because guess
okay.
what? Most people are too scared to, put that song out there, put that book out there,
Mm-hmm.
be a
Mm-hmm.
content creator, whatever it is. That's why I love this platform, and my show is all about inspiring people. So thank you for
Absolutely.
inspiring people, Christy. We need you.
Thank you.
Please continue to do what you do, because you are just absolutely amazing, and your energy is amazing. It's been a
Thank
pleasure
you.
getting to know you, and
Thank you.
hopefully we'll continue to work together in the future.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely. I
if
look
you're an
forward to it.
aspiring actress out there, you guys look out for her castings. If you're not signed up with an agency, there's 800 casting, there's Actors Access, Talent Soup.
Backstage.
Do you use Talent Soup? I don't know if you use
I never used them before.
Okay.
Maybe I need to look into that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're good where you are, but I just was wondering. No, no
Yeah.
shade at all. I just think, I just
Mhm.
was wondering, because I'm signed up
Yeah.
with a lot of those. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Absolutely.
Yep.
But thank
If
you
you
for
have
having me, Bree. I look forward to working with you again soon. And thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Okay, you guys, well, we
Mhm.
do have to take another break, but we will be right back.
No! You can run! But you can't hide! Ah, come on! Won't you fight back already?
All right, you guys, thanks for tuning into this awesome show as I interviewed my girl, Christy Love Lee. Be sure to go watch her films, you guys, and also her books. As always, be good, be great, and never procrastinate. Remember, Busy Bree's Hot Topics is now on YouTube, so be sure to visit and check out this show and all of our previous interviews and other past shows as well. Stay blessed, and I'll see you guys next time.
I understand, Miss Shirley. We have strict protocols to follow.
Surely there's something we can do.
Want to let y'all know it's your favorite trio. Max. My homie Sam. The one and only Oscar. Alright?
No, move, go. They don't want you. They don't want you.
What are you doing, Joe? Shit. Oh yeah, no, big gun, little teeth, bitch. You better come back to the trial field. What you doing? Get a little bit of your little bitty dick.
Get a room. Go fuck. Get this shit together, or you just leave it alone. Y'all don't get tired of doing this damn arguing?
Excuse me, man. What's your name? Rock. You better get your man some get He got a cradle store in his hive. And I believe I want to take a run at him. You understand? And I'm seasoned. Like a pot of chitlins. You don't know me, bro.
I gave you those edibles on consignment to help you out. And you promised to pay me back. Business is business. Whoop that trick. Yeah, whoop that trick.
There was a little something like wait.
Motherfucker, you heard this nigga? Motherfucker, wait. What you know about weight, bruh?